Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
What's up, True Heel Heat? True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat.
All hands on me.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for our WWE Clash in Paris 2025 preview, breaking down this Sunday show from Paris, France. 5-match card. We're back to the 5-match era. We've all missed it oh so much. But yes, we are here to talk all about it. And of course, to do that, I had to be joined by one of my favorite people to talk some wrestling podcasts with, one of my favorite people to just talk in general, because you never know what she's going to say. And I know what she's going to say for this show. But she is the one and only co-host for Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. You see her on Fightful Overbooked. You see her here for our pay-per-view and PLE previews. It is Maggie. How are you doing?
Really good. You know the drill. I've been working all day and I haven't eaten, so I have my peaches with me. Our friend Zach in the chat told us it's National Chop Suey Day, whatever the hell that means. Which reminds me, I know a lot of people who hate me for this, but I do not like System of a Down, man. I'm so sorry. That is not my jam. I'm not saying it mildly that I don't like them. It's I'm being professional here. What I want to say is, but like, yes, I'm sorry. It's also, guys, today is my mother's last day of work. She's retiring as of tomorrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you. At age 62, that's the national age in which you retire in Bulgaria if you're a woman. Yeah, so I decided to treat her with a professional makeup before work so she can go to work with a,
Aww, That's
Yeah,
cute.
she's never. I know, because like she she was never a girly girl. She never wore makeup whatsoever. She doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't, she doesn't take care of her, the her face and everything, because like she doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
And like, I can get down without it. You do you, mom. I'm gonna love you either way. But like, which means she had a lot of age spots because she doesn't use vitamin C, she doesn't use sun protection, nothing, nothing. And naturally, when I sent her to my one of my close friends, she does my nails. She's also a professional makeup artist. She's one of the best ones in the city, by the way. And so, because my mom goes to her to do her nails, and I told her that she's gonna look extremely different the moment she evens up her skin tone. And she needs to be prepared for that because she's never seen her face with an even skin tone. And I really wanted to be there for the makeup itself, but I was working. And my friend said, I know that you're impatient. So here she is. And she sent me a picture, and I started crying at work because you can see the spark in my mother's eyes. I posted the picture on Twitter or X or
Yeah.
whatever, the before and after. And the difference is so huge that people, because we still use Facebook. I hate it, I know. But like, people on Facebook insist that those are two different women, and they're not kidding. Oh, those aren't the same woman. You can see that the eyelids are different and the lips are different. And I'm like, it's called makeup. the
The
like
big difference is makeup,
the
actually.
It's makeup. It hides the insecurities and underlines your best features. That's what makeup does. And I'm sorry, but like, if you're, in case you were living under a rock, makeup exists, and I'm having all the fun in the comments. You have no idea. This is so funny. And one of the women is like, well, obviously that's the mother and her daughter. And I'm like, hi, I'm the daughter. That's not me.
That's actually
That's me.
that's actually me.
I mean, it's so funny. I swear to God, it's ridiculous. But how are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing wonderful after that story. That's great. Yes, congrats to Maggie's mom, and thank you for everyone who is with us live. We appreciate y'all if you're with us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. Helps out the YouTube algorithms. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching us on demand. But if you're with us live, you could sound off in the live chat if you want to be part of the conversation. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you could do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support. We got a bunch of our usual supporters in the chat, some new faces. Got Bryn Jade who says, afternoon, everyone. We got G Loke.
We love Bryn.
Yes. We got G Loke who says, happy Labor Day weekend. Smash that like and let's go. Yeah, that's an American holiday. Gee, we got a lot of people from. I'm basically British at this point because I spend so much.
I'm basically begging someone to tell me what a Labor Day is.
It's the holiday that Americans celebrate at the end of August, beginning of September to mark.
But what
the
does
beginning.
it mean?
It's basically to mark the beginning of the fall season.
And they call it labor. Who's texting you?
I have no clue. I'm wondering as well. I think it's a fantasy football chat at this point. But yeah, I mean, someone can explain it better than I can. I'm sure.
It's like I don't get it.
Let's see G Log explain it in the chat what Labor Day is. Then
Yeah,
we got
I love it every time when I'm on screen with one of you lovely Americans, and I'm not even being sarcastic here.
I'm
Although
British.
So well, where's your
Eh,
you go?
eh.
Are you really governor?
Governor,
So,
how you doing, Governor?
yeah, every time I'm on screen with you lovely Americans, I'm not being sarcastic, although I know I sound a bit sarcastic here. Every time I'm like, well, what does that mean? And Rob is like, well, and he starts Googling because he can't explain it to me. I'm asking like the simple question, what does that mean?
I mean, I could tell you what certain words mean. I get Labor Day. I thought I did the best definition possible as far
Yeah,
as
but
like
like,
what
why
I
is
know
it
about it.
called Labor Day? Why is it called the most
Because
awesome season
you
of
take
all?
off
Is it
from laboring, from doing it's still yeah. There you go. There you go. There, our boy Corey Michaels. He says it's a day to honor workers and the labor movement.
do you celebrate it by having a day off?
Yeah. They get the day off to be honored and celebrated. Why is this
No,
like
well,
a
no,
strange thing to you?
they should have 2 times more work. It's Labor Day. Come on. Or if you're pregnant, this will be the day that you get in labor. Okay.
All right, there we go. We do have a super chat donation from Volop in the chat, who says, "I'm here for the laughs because I don't even know what's on the card other than Roman
Me
trying to
too.
get his shoes back or something." Thank you, Vala, for the super chat donation. And I'm sure there's going to be many people like you who watch this preview and have no idea what's going on at Clash in Paris. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for every single
Smart you up.
PLE. Smart
It's
you up,
amazing.
not Maggie. You up.
Yeah, you up. Smarten you up because this is a lovely, lovely premium live event card. What is this again? Clash of what? Paris. This is the lovely premium live event match card. And I care about this.
I can't. You sound like CM Punk when he was like, I love you guys. I love you guys in that first promo back in WWE where he didn't even believe the words that were coming out of his mouth. He's like, yeah, love you guys. G Log says he loves Maggie's vibe. Good job, Mama. Love you. Deserve that retirement. There we go. Some love for moms in the chat. Bryn Jade also saying that's an awesome story, Maggie. Happy retirement to your mom. We also got Chuck Berries who says, Maggie, that's awesome. I'm sure that your mother is looking better than this 5-match card that you are going to discuss.
A low bar. That is a low bar. It is in hell. The bar is in hell. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I just tried to that's how I tried to describe Labor Day. I was like, it's a day off. Get a day off.
Always a Friday? Is it always a Friday?
It's not a Friday. Today's not Labor Day. Labor Day is Monday.
What? Okay.
Yeah, the first day of the week you take off.
Let me get this straight. So you have 2 days off, and then I work too much, and like.
Yep.
That is the stupidest thing.
You get a 3-day weekend. How is that stupid?
How did you earn it? It's like if
by laboring.
If it's a Friday, then I I understand because you worked for 4 days. Have a day off. There you go. And like you have 2 days off, and they're
Here's another day on top of that. That sounds good. I always used to like it because it gave me an extra day to prepare for the start of school.
okay. That's a nice way of putting it. But like you should have a separate day off for that as a whole.
Maybe. Yeah, it's like you can get a North said. He says, "Why the hell do you want to work on a Monday?" Yeah, I'll take the.
I don't
want to
work on any day.
Also true. It should be Labor Week. I'll take the week off. Take the week.
That is way more sense making than
anything we've just discussed.
We wouldn't even be having this conversation if it was a whole week. Guys, I will celebrate. I will get a USA citizenship if it was a whole week. I'm kidding. Your country is
weird.
Labor
Week.
Labor year. That is it. Kid of the North, yes. Labor year.
There we go. Labor months. There we go. Mm-hmm. You take a few months off, and then a few months on. It's basically like that. I used to work 12-hour shifts at one point. I know how that is. So, yeah.
That's awful. I hope you never
I once worked a 16-hour shift when I was working at a hotel.
What did you work in that hotel? Were you a peephole peeker?
There's peephole peekers?
I don't know. Probably. I'm sure.
I used to be a concierge, and I used to be a hotel front desk. I was a worker, and then I also became the manager.
Way to go! And then you gave this all up for wrestling.
or I was doing this at the same time. I was working at hotels, and then the pandemic happened, and it forced me to do this full time. So.
And you never went back to doing that?
Never. I did go back for like a little while, but I had to be at home more for my kids because they were so young. They were like a 1 or just under 1. So I was like, it's probably better for me to figure out a way to make this money through doing this thing where I can stay at home and be with them.
You rule, sweetie. Way to go.
No. Thank you. That was nice. We got G Loke who says, you worked at a hotel, SP3. You was by elegance. We got Valov. He says, worked 20-hour shifts on Thursdays for 3 months back in 2019. What a time to be alive. We got Bryn Jade who says, I worked so hard throughout the year that my leg fell off. Therefore, I deserve to have the extra day off.
Sweetie, you deserve to have all the days off while getting paid. I'm just saying.
I agree. 100% in agreement with that. But we got to talk some WWE Clash in Paris 2025. But since last week was just another pay-per-view that we previewed here, did you have any remaining thoughts on Forbidden Door from last Sunday?
I mean, Wardlow came back.
You literally, I get a message from Jay News. Jay News, like, oh my God, Maggie manifested this.
I did. Because when I was talking with Rob about Forbidden Door right after our show last week, and he was like, well, Eddie Kingston. And I'm like, none of us said anything about Eddie Kingston. Imagine if this is the time that no one even brought up Eddie Kingston and he comes back. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so it's happening. It didn't happen, but Wardlow came back. Suck it, JPEG. J News. JPEG.
Called him JPEG.
JPEG. Okay. Well, he's lovely like a picture, so
there you go. Cleaned it up.
Such a smooth way of getting out of this incredible awkward situation. So So,
JPEG.
yes,
Everyone
genius.
call him that the next time he's on the channel, please.
JPEG. I mean, it's
Call
right
him
there.
JPEG.
I also may have called him JPEG because I'm rewatching Two Broke Girls now. It's such a wonderful
Okay.
show.
I've seen it
And
before.
yeah, so Kat Dennings' first crush is his nickname is JPEG, and probably that's probably why.
Stuck in my head.
Yeah. By the way, the Max Black character, that's me.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So Forbidden Door, I mean, Hangman versus MJF, I had so many questions, man. I mean, the match was really, really good, but when you have in mind the stipulation behind the match, I have a bunch of questions. Why didn't Hangman lose his title like 14 times? I mean, I thought that the match could end in disqualification. It's the weirdest thing. And then the ref counts to 3, but Hangman's foot is on the rope, but the ref doesn't see that his foot is on the rope. And then the ring doesn't there's the match doesn't end. There's no ring. You know.
He went
And
1, 2, 3.
and then he fell asleep. And then Mark Briscoe came out and he was so loud that he woke up. And like he was and then he was like, "Oh, you're trying to take Hangman's foot away from the rope." I mean, if Hangman didn't have his foot on the rope, he legitimately could have had it after the 3 count.
Exactly.
It's the weirdest thing. And and like at the same time, I mean, not at the same time, but like in the same night we had NXT Heatwave, and Javon Evans pinned Obafemi. But like the second referee, because of course there's a ref bump, and like the second referee counts to 3, but the first referee was like, why? Okay, so this is. Can we stop doing that? Because we automatically see that the referees and the people in charge see what's going on and they can reverse the decision. And the rest of the times they just simply don't, because they don't care or whatevs, or I don't know, they're paid off. I don't know. This is weird. Just can we stop doing that? Other than that, we got to see a fork being represented into an earlobe. I mean,
that was so disgustingly awesome.
That was so disgustingly unnecessary. I mean, like, I know that they have a high bar when it comes to unsanctioned cage matches. I know, because last year we had Hangman and Swerve at All Out. I know we have high expectations when it comes to stuff like that. And now it's 10 people. And then Darby and Gabe Kidd, I thought Gabe Kidd died because they didn't show him after that fall from the cage. They showed Darby, and I'm like, sure, the person losing his blood from his earlobe is okay. But what about the other person? Where's Gabe Kidd? Is he fine? So I was concerned because no one said anything. And so I was a fan of the show closing with Will Ospreay being dead. But the way this was executed was extremely stupid, because the baby faces just stood there after Will Ospreay climbed that cage about 5 million times before and during the match, and automatically they're like, I don't think we care that much. I feel like that was the baby faces being like, well, listen, guys, if Will Ospreay isn't here, we get a step closer to the title. So, because when he's here, he's going to be in all of the title contender matches. So let's pretend that we care, but let's not do anything. So that's basically what happened. What did you think of the show?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the best paced AEW pay per view of the year. I thought it was the best match placement, where every match kind of got it was better than the last one, or had higher stakes, more star power than the last one. I thought that was really well done throughout the show. Love the lights out steel cage matchup. Yeah, the baby faces are done with the post match, but it is what it is. That was probably the best match on the show. MJF and Hangman would have been the best match on the show if it wasn't for that last 5 minutes of just overbooked nonsense. Loved Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness, and Swerve Strickland versus Kazuchika Okada, and Timeless Tony Storm versus Athena. Those three title matches were absolutely splendid and are not being talked about enough and not getting
Dude,
enough praise.
during Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness, I fit 86 grapes in my mouth. Okay? This was how excited I was.
Wow, okay.
86 grapes in my mouth.
86.
Well, I chewed, but I didn't swallow. But like, it was the best thing because I couldn't stop watching, and I all of a sudden forgot that I have to swallow. So I just continued.
That's what
putting
she
stuff-
said.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
This is why I still need professional help, guys. I still need professional help, okay? Because it was incredibly satisfying to watch that match. And the only remark that I have is that it wasn't long enough. It should have been
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Great
deserved at least 5 more minutes.
And great job having Bryan Danielson and Walker Stewart on commentary. Those are the best people to talk about that matchup.
I said it on Twitter that we were absolutely spoiled with Bryan Danielson on commentary, and the fact that he's not gonna be on commentary all the time kind of hurts my feelings. But I loved the touch of him removing himself from commentary before the unsanctioned match. That was really good.
Yeah. Great job overall. But yes, you came for a WWE Clash in Paris preview. Well, I'm sure some of you did. So let us
Yes,
know
we all the time.
in the live chat, in the comment section. What is your anticipation level for this Sunday show? What is your hype level for the show? Maggie, from 0 to 10, how are you feeling about this Sunday?
1. And because I feel kind of stupid saying 0 because I love all the talent that is on this match card, and that's why I'm giving them a 1 because they the ones. But listen, WWE doesn't care about this pay-per-view. Why should I? Premium live event
They
or
do
whatever.
not.
They do not give a fuck about this. And the fact, I'm so pissed off that AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio isn't on this card. I know it's on the Monday after that. I don't care. This match should be on the pay-per-view, premium live event, whatever. Because if you guys remember the reception that AJ Styles got in Paris last year, the camera was shaking. It was shaking. How can you at this point they know what they're doing, and they're doing this on purpose. Seriously. Because AJ Styles is so fucking over in that in France, of all places, that they're like, oh no, he's way too over. Let's not make money off of that.
Kind of foolish.
It's
if you
stupid.
ask me.
It's stupid.
I will go much higher than you. I will go with a 2.5 out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
I thought
This is
you
a
was
lame No, this is a lame duck show. They don't care about this show. That was the most honest thing that you said. Ever since they made the announcement for WWE WrestlePalooza, the ESPN premiere, this is the final show on Peacock. This is the definition of a lame duck show. This is a filler
yeah.
show for WWE. This is to set up WrestlePalooza, and that's probably the best function that it's gonna have. It's gonna have a hot crowd because Paris is a hell of a crowd. We saw that last year in Lyon, France. It's going to be probably even crazier this year. But this is not a card that's screaming like show
Nope.
of the year or anything like that. So
Nope.
yeah,
Nope. None whatsoever. And this
we got
is a
someone who
slap in the face.
thinks both of our ratings are ridiculous. Let us know your rating. You can feel different.
I love to be proved wrong. I'll tell, sweetie. I'll tell you what happens every time when I'm not excited about a show. It proves me wrong, and because our ratings are as follows, because the build is non-existent. They don't care about the show. We love the wrestlers, and we love the way that they perform in the ring, and the thing is, the matches are gonna be fine, but like there's almost zero storytelling here. That's why our ratings are so low. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. I thought it was absolutely clear. Again, we love. I mean,
highlighted the wrong comment first, but Jan says his is 7 out of 10, and that is all fine and dandy for you. This is the whole point of this, and the whole point of why your statement is incorrect, that our ratings are ridiculous. There are ratings, our opinion, our anticipation level. That was the question. What is your anticipation level for this Sunday show? So if you think it's ridiculous that we're at a 2.5 and a 1 out of 10 respectively, then you should get a call into Triple H and tell him, why is he not making it more interesting so our anticipation level is higher? Say you're being ridiculous, Triple H, by not putting out a product that SP3 and Maggie can give it a 7 out of 10. Don't call our ratings ridiculous. Call WWE's efforts ridiculous.
Calm down.
Wow. Okay. Damn. You thought I was getting overboard. All right, let's get into the action. But yes, let's talk about WWE Clash in Paris. The big match for this card, the match that a lot of people are looking forward to the most, is a part of the John Cena retirement tour, as Cena will go one-on-one with Logan Paul, coming off the heels of SummerSlam. Cena losing the undisputed WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes in the street fight, a match of the year candidate, then shaking hands with Cody. All was fine and dandy until Brock Lesnar's music hit. He comes out, lays out Cena. The following SmackDown after that, Cena comes out and says that he's not going to back down from Brock Lesnar. He's going to take him down, but he's not going to back down from anyone, and made an open challenge to the locker room, which led to Logan Paul accepting, but wanting the match at Clash in Paris. Logan Paul low-blowed Cena later on during the show, during a tag team matchup, and then eventually these two men went face-to-face on last week's SmackDown, where John Cena says that the people of WWE don't respect or like him because they view Logan Paul as a parasite trying to leech off of professional wrestling. Logan Paul was laid out by Cena with an attitude adjustment until he got a pep talk from Drew McIntyre, who told him that this John Cena is not the John Cena from 2010. There's nothing to be afraid over, which led to Logan Paul laying out Cena backstage with the titanium knockout punch. Maggie, what have you thought about the build to this matchup? Who do you think wins this Sunday?
Listen, every time I'm about to talk about Logan Paul, I feel the need to say a couple of things before that. Just so I'm clear because people tend to think that I'm a hater. I am, but like, hear me out. So, um, Logan Paul, you have to be extremely stupid to think that he's not an amazing athlete. You're either blind or oblivious, probably. The dude has a lot of talent. That being said, he's a terrible wrestler. I'm sorry. But like is wrestling isn't simply executing moves. Stuff happens in the ring while you're in a wrestling match. You need to sell, you need to bump, because like every time the most hate that I get from the IWC is when I talk about Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Go figure. I'm not saying that the dude isn't good at doing moves or anything. He's really good. He's a stunt man.
Yeah.
He's a stunt man. He does a lot of really, really great moves, but he can't sell for shit. I mean, every time someone hits him, he just lays flat on the ground and does nothing. It's pissing me off a bit. Every time that he goes for the frog splash from the top rope to the
Are you talking about the Paul from Grace? The
Paul
from
from
Grace?
Fucking shit. Seriously, that's how he calls it.
Yeah, that's what he calls it.
Suck a bag of dicks, dude. The Paul from Grace. Okay, so every time he does that, he's flawless. It is really good. But that's, what am I thinking Logan Paul versus John Cena? And the stupid thing is that John Cena said this in the promo on last week's SmackDown. He said, "You're leeching off of other people's opportunity to face me."
Yeah.
People like, and then he said AJ Styles, and I'm like, fucking this could have been AJ Styles versus John Cena. Oh my shit. Their match at Royal Rumble was the best thing ever. Best thing ever. And I don't know. I'm seeing Logan Paul versus John Cena, and I give zero craps about this match. We all know John Cena's winning, right? Correct? Because if he's not, I'm gonna have a migraine for a week.
I'll give them credit. The promo on SmackDown, because of the way Cena kind of destroyed him on the mic, it kind of, if it's going by the Cena formula of the last like 3-4 years, that means that Logan Paul's winning. I'm just going by that logic. This is the same type of way.
Shut your mouth.
Not as aggressively I hate you as his Austin Theory promo, but it was along those lines of, I'm tearing you apart. I'm tearing off all the veneer, and you're going to see what's really behind the curtain of who this guy really is. That type of promo. That was the style in which Cena cut this promo on SmackDown, which gave me some doubt that Logan Paul could win. But the smart move is, yes, John Cena gets to win because this is to set up Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza. So, yeah, I think Cena's winning.
That name, man, WrestlePalooza. Okay, so that being said, who do you think retires John Cena? I think it should be Braun Breaker.
I've been saying that. It should be Braun Breaker. That just makes a whole world of sense. That's the next guy that he can like pass the torch to. Honestly, I haven't liked the fact that most of John Cena's run has just been him facing guys he's already faced a million times. I do like the fact that this show is John Cena versus someone new. I just hate the fact that it's actually Logan Paul.
I mean, listen, I've been pile driver, sweetie. Thought we were friends. um,
Friends, man.
I've been,
Say this.
yeah, I've been manifesting something, and at this rate, I don't think that we're ever gonna see it. I want to see Carmelo Hayes versus John Cena because, like, they're both Boston boys. So it's I know that they're doing this thing with Carmelo Hayes and the Miz. I know that it it will eventually lead to an inevitable match between the two. I don't know who turns heel. It's probably gonna be the Miz, but like, get Carmelo Hayes as far away from this Miz work spiral.
I
Please.
could see them using the Miz partnership as a way to get to the John Cena matchup.
Because
Miz has
and
this
Cena,
long history with Cena.
They can use that, and Miz can turn heel on Carmelo Hayes in the match, and that's how you excuse Carmelo Hayes. Now, I like that idea too, but like, just give me Carmelo Hayes versus John Cena, because initially I was advocating for Carmelo Hayes to be the one to retire John Cena, because I personally think the Carmelo Hayes is the most underrated person on the SmackDown roster right now. He was the first draft pick, and
First round draft pick.
Yes, and somehow everyone keeps forgetting about Carmelo Hayes. He single-handedly made NXT 2.0 watchable, because god damn it, that shit was awful. And he was the reason why I specifically was tuning in to NXT 2.0. They did him no favors with the heel turn and Trick Williams, the way he exited NXT, the way Trick Williams was booked after that. It was so weird. They had 2 matches on NXT. Both of them were mid. Haven't reminded both of them. Yeah, they were so.
It had all that hype heading into Stand and Deliver, and then it was just like.
It was just a random match that could have been on NXT television.
This was the main event. That was the main event. That's it.
Is that it? It was so awful. As if you're like, well, during the first match, you say that they're probably pulling back because they're waiting for the second one, and then they have the second one, and it's the same fucking shit.
And then the second one just happens on like 1 week build on NXT. Doesn't even get the pay-per-view build or anything like that. So
it was ridiculous. So I've been advocating for Carmelo Hayes. At this point, I know better. Yeah, so probably have to be Braun Breaker, because they're obviously putting all their eggs in the Braun Breaker basket. I have zero problem with that. Could we just bring back his old theme?
They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that. Okay.
No, sorry. Can't do it. Then we got another returning star here, WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella will challenge Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch has been running rampant with her ego bigger than ever after feeling bitter and rejected by the fans during her last run. She's come back to WWE, turned heel on Lyra Valkyria, made her life a living hell, took the Intercontinental Championship from her. She made Bayley's life a living hell by attacking her, pulling her from WrestleMania, but she was confronted for everything that she's done to the women's division by the biggest advocate of women's wrestling outside of Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella called her out for leaving the women's division in her hands and what she has done as that leader. She's not a real leader. She has been showing how selfish she really is, and she's a liar like her husband, Seth Rollins, which Becky responded and told her that her and her hot American husband are the hottest couple and the best couple in pro wrestling. And that used to be you, and you can't see him anymore. that led to Nikki challenging Becky for the Intercontinental Championship, but Becky got in a sucker punch. Over the next 2 weeks, we would see Becky defend the Intercontinental title against Maxine Dupree, against Natalya, getting wins. After the match against Natalya, she attacked Maxine and Natalya, which led to Nikki Bella making the save. Then these two women had another face-to-face on this past Monday's Raw, where Bella called out Becky for all her insecurities. Becky says she's not in the business of giving away title matches, and she's the greatest of all time. And it wasn't just her that says it. Sports Illustrated says it too. And Nikki
SP3.
Bella said the most vile and disgusting thing I have ever heard on a professional wrestling broadcast, and
She
said
did.
no one cares what Sports Illustrated thinks.
That
How dare
bitch.
you? How dare you?
Bitch.
Becky Lynch rightfully said that the people in Birmingham, only good thing came from there was Ozzy Osbourne, and he died, and she would have died too if she had to live in Birmingham. But that's led to the match at Clash in Paris being made official. This has been a very entertaining rivalry, and a rivalry that I wouldn't have told you would have been this entertaining at the beginning of the year if you told me this was going to happen. Who do you think wins? What have you thought about the rivalry?
Okay, so I have a question before I start yapping. Do you agree with people losing their minds for Becky bringing up Ozzy Osbourne?
No, I don't. It's pro wrestling. I
Okay,
literally got into
so
an argument with my missus, who's a big Ozzy Osbourne fan. She even cried when he passed away, and she didn't like it. So I understand.
okay,
It's different perspectives. I think because I'm very much a jaded pro wrestling fan, I think I've heard worse than this, so I didn't take offense to it.
she said nothing wrong. She legitimately said that he was the best thing to come out of Birmingham. She said nothing to insult Ozzy Osbourne. You probably the only thing that you can say here is him being used in a wrestling storyline. But I personally think that Ozzy Osbourne would have loved this. I don't know the guy, obviously. I mean, I cried when Ozzy died. I'm a fan of Ozzy Osbourne. I listen to metal. None of my favorite bands would exist if he doesn't exist. Of course. And I thought that it was a pretty good line.
Yeah.
She used heat to get booed in Birmingham, of course. But like I see no problem with it, and Becky needs to apologize. Guys, what year is this? I thought we were going to be not so soft
You
anymore.
know? Can we move out? Can we move out of that era? And I think it's because me and Maggie are one of our favorite shows is South Park. So maybe that's another reason why we're just
And
not in
it's so
this.
funny. I mean, they have zero chill over that show. Zero chill. And no, if I didn't like South Park, I would think the same thing because she said nothing to insult Ozzy Osbourne or the Osbournes or no one who likes Ozzy Osbourne. She said nothing bad. It's the weirdest thing. So, because I'm sure that there were a lot of things said in wrestling promos that I don't agree with. I'm
Yeah.
sure, but off the top of my head, I could not for the life of me remember any. But like this wasn't one of it. So
Yeah.
the match itself, I feel like this match has the best built storyline.
I
Probably,
would say yeah.
yeah,
I would say there's probably only one other matchup, and I'll mention it when we get to it, that I was like
yeah.
probably on par, but I would say this is better. Like I said, this is so surprisingly entertaining. It way exceeded my expectations.
This is exactly the expression. It way exceeded my expectations because I am so not a Brie Bella fan. I I cannot make myself more clear without sounding like an asshole. The Bell twins are not for me. That is not my cup of tea. I will forever and ever have all the respect for both of them for making women be interested in wrestling. Because with their reality show, that this is what they bring to wrestling. And no bra mode, no bra mode for Maggie too, because I had bra. Yeah. Yes, one of the most annoying wrestling songs ever. Um, and second only to "You Can Look But You Can't Touch."
You keep dreaming about the stars above. Look into my eyes, I don't know why.
Whatever. So, again, tremendous contributions to women's wrestling. I get it. Could have been anyone else, literally. Because, like, the thing is that when you're Brie Bella, everyone is gonna bring up John Cena, and if you're Cody Rhodes,
Nikki Bella.
everyone's gonna, yeah, Nikki Bella. And if you're Cody Rhodes, everyone's gonna bring out Dusty Rhodes. Can we have something else, please? And this is me, not being, okay with something Becky said, and Becky is my favorite. This is not why I'm.
And it's not just Maggie that thinks this. Sports Illustrated thinks it too.
Yes. Yeah, it's not. I mean, no one cares about Sports Illustrated, bitch. Bitch.
She's like, if you don't want to be a dog, maybe you should stop acting like a bitch.
Like a bitch. And I'm like, oh my god, that is so original. Just like one of my closest friends. One of my closest friends wishing me a happy dog day, International Dog Day, because I was a bitch. That was a nice move. Yeah. But yeah, that's a nice one. But like, yeah. Obviously Becky retains here. Obviously, I do not want to live in a world where Nikki Bella is a champion in 2025. Again, guys, please. I understand everything that Brie and Nikki have done for women's wrestling. Seriously. But like, can we not? Thanks.
No, we will respect the Bella twins and all their contributions. But not Nikki, because she sucks, because she disrespected me. Becky Lynch gets the win. Becky Lynch retains. Yeah. The match that I was talking about that had a rivalry and build up on par with this one is not the next match. This one is the good old-fashioned Donnybrook matchup between Sheamus and Rusev. Of course, Maggie's favorite, Rusev. Rusev came back in April. He started bullying the Alpha Academy, which drew the attention of Sheamus, not wanting to see his friends in Alpha Academy be bullied by someone he used to call a friend. And Rusev, he stepped up to him. They've had a series of matches where they split wins, 1-1 each. Then they had a third matchup that went to a double countout. And over the last couple of weeks, we've seen these two men brawl all over the building, leading to Adam Pearce making this matchup a final matchup at Clash in Paris. Good old-fashioned Donnybrook. Let us know what a good old-fashioned Donnybrook is in Bulgaria, Maggie, and who wins this match. You're muted.
Rusev. Guys, I'm from Bulgaria. Come on. I'm never gonna bet against Rusev, Miro, or whatever you guys want to call it. Listen, Sherry's a bit right, because this has been a bit boring to me, and I cannot put my finger on it why. Because all the matches have slapped. So why am I not interested in this? Maybe it's because this one time, I want history to repeat itself and just them beat the shit out of each other. Go drink a cup of Guinness, a pint of Guinness, I'm sorry, and then
Yes.
become a tag team, because that Raw tag team division needs all the help it can get.
Yes.
And Sheamus and Rusev would be a wonderful tag team.
I do think they can have like the vibes of the bar and go out there and start destroying tag teams. But
Mhm.
you for that, I honestly feel like you got to put the Braun Stars in the tag team division as well, because that would be the big showdown. Is Sheamus and Rusev, the former League of Nations, versus the Braun Stars division. So I mean, Rusev, I understand your love for him. I understand that's your countryman, but
Oh, he's been
this is
boring. No, no,
yeah,
no.
this return has not gone well.
No,
This
no, no.
return.
I understand.
This makes Andrade's return in 2024 look like riveting television. Like the way Rusev has been, he's just been in this boring feud and done nothing of note over 4 months.
You're absolutely correct, because that is the exact way that it has gone, and I'm not happy about it. I'm sure Rusev himself isn't happy about it, because this was his problem when he was in AEW.
Yeah.
They're practically doing the same. I feel like is Cody Rhodes the only person who's done better for himself in WWE than AEW? I'm
Ethan
sure
Page.
that's not right. Ethan Page. Thank you, Ethan Page.
I've been
Amazing.
on the hill of Ethan Page as the second best AEW to WWE move. That's the second
Yeah,
best one. Behind
you're
Cody,
correct.
that's second
Mhm.
best.
Yeah.
To me, even better than Punk. Punk would be third.
What the fuck? Let's not count Punk. Like,
Like he wasn't there long enough, and it's circumstances.
yeah, so
We got a super chat donation here from Jay Miller. Thank you so much, Jay, for the support. He says, I think they could add Randy and Drew to Clash. I can see that. I can see them doing
because,
that.
and I will be even more mad if this does end up happening, because the only thing that happened was Randy Orton giving Drew an RKO out of nowhere during his promo, and all of the weeks built for AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio, and it doesn't get on the card.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. I think they would do this only if the plan is to do Drew versus Cody at WrestlePalooza, because you're gonna want Drew to basically get his win back, because he did lose to Randy at Saturday night's main event in July. I know none of y'all remember that, but I do.
So if this does end up happening, does Cena versus Brock still main event WrestlePalooza? That name is so
definitely.
stupid.
Definitely. That's definitely the main event of that show.
It's gonna counter program All Out, correct?
Yes. Head to head with All Out.
Fucking suck it, man. That's stupid.
I don't think Penta can be third. I really don't. I know somebody else said Penta fourth, and I was like, nah, Penta is just another guy. And it's only been 8 months.
Just another
he's
guy.
He's just another guy on the roster, and they gave up on the push after 8 months. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
See, y'all, like, I understand, Maggie said don't count CM Punk, but CM Punk is third. He's third. Like, you could say all ego because he's tremendously ahead of where he was in AEW and ROH, and you could say, well, Punk's pretty much in the same place because he was a top star in AEW, he's a top star in WWE, but they have put him in an all-timer feud with Drew McIntyre. He's had this long-ass feud with Seth Rollins that's dominated Monday Night Raw. All the stuff with Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Punk's in the top 3.
Sweetie, thank you for mentioning Lexis King. Listen, I need to talk about this. I have low-key been so entertained by Lexis King and Miles Bourne. This is so
and the rivalry
stupid.
that had the blindfold match.
Okay, blindfold. Okay, so initially, because you're blind now, that was so stupid. I laughed so hard because he sprayed him with pepper spray in his eyes. You're blind now, bitch, and I spat out my tea. I cannot underline this enough. It's so stupid that it worked for me. It was so lame. It's so lame, and he kept repeating that he was blind, and Miles Bourne was like, "What?" until he got the bait. And then they had a blindfold match. Well, apparently, a blindfold means a pillow cover.
Yes.
Because how can you think that the referee is the other person when the referee is wearing a shirt and the other person isn't wearing a shirt? And it's like so it's the weirdest thing. That match was so stupid. But like I don't know, it works for me, but ironically, I do not take this feud seriously. It's stupid.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I love Miles Bourne. I feel like he has a ton of potential, but I don't see him having a spot on the main roster, which is stupid.
No.
And as long as he can get a manager there, I will be all for this. But I hope, because he deserves the world. He's so good in the ring for the age that he is at. He's so good. And one other thing for NXT, why is no one asking where Tony D'Angelo is?
No one cares that this man got abducted at his restaurant.
Yeah, no one cares. I mean, where's Stax also?
I mean, no, he's been flirting with Ariana Grace.
Where?
Backstage.
I'm missing something? Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's the commercial free, or I don't know. But as far as this Donnybrook matchup, I'm going with Rusev for the win. Then we got
Rusev too. Yeah.
Then we got the match that I was referring to as having one of the better builds heading into this Sunday, and that is Roman Reigns going one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso picked up the win over Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at SummerSlam. But Bronson Reed basically created an issue with Roman Reigns ahead of that event when he stole his sneakers on the Raw after SummerSlam. Roman Reigns' beatdown on the Vision was stopped by Seth Rollins, which ended with Bronson Reed delivering 2 thunderous tsunamis, and then once again sold the sneakers of Roman Reigns, thus became dubbed the Tribal Thief, with his Shula Fala adorning the 2 sneakers he stole from Roman around his neck. And now it has created the issue with Roman Reigns where he has to get his get back. He has to get his shoes back, and he has to get his dignity back by going against Bronson Reed in Paris and settle the score. I think they done a really good job with this, where this wasn't something that I kind of had on my bingo card when Roman Reigns returned. I thought that, he'd be back to face, Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, Braun Breaker for a big time matchup. I did not see how Bronson Reed would work his way into this, but the whole Tribal Thief and Shula Fala, it's been so funny. It's been hilarious stuff. I think that that Bronson Reed has gotten a whole lot out of this than how it originally seemed when he stole his shoes. It was an awesome moment, don't get me wrong, but I did not think this would become a whole new character for him and that he would make the most out of it like this. He's elevated himself within this feud, so I thought they've gotten a lot out of this. I think this is on par with Becky and Nikki as far as the best build heading into this Sunday. What have you thought about it? Who wins?
So initially when Paul Heyman said the Tribal Thief, and I'm like, that's a good one. And then he said his mouth uttered the word Shula Fala. I floored. And this is happening on Saturday morning before work. I'm watching SmackDown because I'm in Bulgaria. And I'm preparing my tea, and he says Shula Fala. I swear. What? I mean, it's right there, but no one else thought of it. Okay, no one else thought of it. It's right there.
Yeah.
So I love everything about this match. Doesn't mean that I care for the premium live event, but I love everything about the match, and I almost hate the fact that Bronson Reed is gonna lose here because I kind of feel like he deserves a big win. But Reigns ain't losing. I, however, would like for him to go into this match with flip flops.
He's so distraught he has to go back to flip flops.
Or ballerina shoes.
That would be very unique. I disagree with this comment here. Power Drive Finisher saying tribal chief. I don't give a fuck about a guy stealing shoes that's shots 1990s and what you're stealing the shoes of someone who can afford them. Man, this shit's lame and just for the moment. I completely disagree with that. You're not understanding the respect part of this. He disrespected Roman Reigns, took his shoes. It's not about Roman being able to afford more. Of course, we know he can afford more. That's why he shows up the next week with brand new sneakers that Bronson Reed eventually stole as well. We know this for sure. It's about respect. It's about disrespecting Roman Reigns, unlike anyone has, especially in the last 4 years since he became the tribal chief. This is like the most disrespected he's ever felt. I totally disagree with it. This is not nice. You're kind of sounding like someone who's never been robbed in their life. There's a certain amount of dignity and pride that you take away from somebody by robbing them. Like this has more kind of like layers to it than your typical WWE rivalry to me.
I understand what Pile Driver tries to say, but I do I don't agree with him also. But I understand why this bugs him, because the one thing that keeps bugging me is every time a match happens, simply because I'm the champion and you stole my title and you're running around backstage with my title. That's not your title.
Mm-hmm.
You're not champion. I'm the champion. I know I'm the champion. Everyone knows I'm the champion. So why am I annoyed? This is what's bugging me. Why is a champion annoyed that someone's running around with their title? Everyone knows that they're not the champion. This what bugs me, and you are correct. It's about respect.
Found out what it means to me. But so we got other opinions. Power Driver Finisher is not alone. We got just another Kai, who says, I just think it's a boring, lazy feud. I disagree, but I can understand. I understand WWE. You're not going to find a feud that 100% of the people love outside of the bloodline, it seemed, for a period. But even then that got annoying to a lot of people.
Guys, you have to understand that WWE has that thing where the only feuds that aren't lazy, most of them, because there are a lot that are when they're building towards one of their big four. And even those feuds may suck at a certain at certain for certain types of people. But like, that is, I hate the fact that they're treating this as a glorified house show. I hate it because Europe deserves better, because European crowds bring out so much. They bring so much to the table, and I low-key hate it when US crowds try to take the way the European crowds are chanting. So every time that they're in a country besides England or Ireland, Wales, any of the islanders, every time that they're in another part of Europe, that crowd chants in their local language, in their native language.
Yeah.
And I love that because you fuckers in America don't steal that. Because, come on, you stole so much from European crowds. You suck.
You proved your point.
Yes.
We got a super chat donation here from Chuck Berries, who says usually Roman Reigns opens or closes PLEs. Is there any chance that this match going in the middle for once? No, it's going to open the show. This is going to open the show. Cena and Logan in the middle of the show, and the main event is what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it's going to go.
It's going to be so weird having this in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not going to open the show?
I think it's going to be to open the show, Roman and Bronson Reed.
Oh, okay. So I thought you said that it was going to be in the middle.
No, I said Cena and Logan Paul in the middle.
Cena and Logan, it belongs in the middle.
Oh, we got our good friend chilling with Chase, protector of the tribal chief. He says these people are not respecting our tribal chief, the son of the WWE, who once again is shining his rays on a talent. He says all of y'all need to get on OTC one timing. Once you do and you gain that top guy speed of thinking, you will understand what the tribal chief brings.
Is this satire?
This sounded like a whole poem. But we have Power Dragon Finisher. He says, for real, this feud is working for the majority. I just wish they'd be more creative as to just steal someone's shoes. There's more ways to disrespect people. But that's the best way to disrespect Roman. Like yeah. They already did someone steal the Ulafala. They did that. That was last year. They had to come up with something new. And if he doesn't have a title, his shoes. That seemed like the most logical way to go.
The next step is someone cutting off his hair.
Oh man, that's the money maker. That's the money mountain. That's not. I'm good on that. He's rejecting that. He's like Ed Koski. No, you can't get me with that. Then we got for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins defends against former champion Jey Uso, LA Knight. Yeah. And the man that he cashed in Money in the Bank on earlier this month, CM Punk. It was at SummerSlam that Seth Rollins pulled off the ruse of the century, revealing that his knee injury was all fake, coming down and cashing in Money in the Bank to defeat CM Punk and win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Since then, he's had challenger after challenger coming after him, whether it be LA Knight, who beat Seth back at Saturday night's main event when Seth quote-unquote injured himself. Thus, he had an opportunity first up on the Raw after SummerSlam, with CM Punk got involved, causing a disqualification. This caused issues and dissension between Punk and Knight coming out of that. Meanwhile, you had Jey Uso, who picked up a win over Seth's stablemates in the Vision at SummerSlam alongside Roman Reigns, and wanted another opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship after losing it in June and never receiving a rematch. This led to Adam Pearce making a fatal four-way for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Seth with his back against the wall against three of the top babyfaces over on Monday Night Raw. And Seth has been trying to use the dissension between Punk and Knight, Roman Reigns on the shoulder of Jey Uso, giving him advice to be more selfish and to win the world title for himself. He's used all of that to pin his challengers against one another, trying to give himself a little bit of an advantage heading into this Sunday. What have you thought about the build to this matchup? Who do you think wins and walks out World Heavyweight Championship at Clash in Paris? For me personally, as far as the build goes, I just found it very fascinating to watch this build and realize that the fans are very much more into CM Punk versus LA Knight than anything involving all four of these people. I think the fans would have been perfectly happy if this was CM Punk versus LA Knight and not for the World Heavyweight Championship, because this feels like how this match is the personification of this entire show. This is a lame duck match. This is a fatal four-way that's supposed to be, the champion is against the odds, but everybody and their mama knows the champion is going to win this matchup.
Yeah, I would have been so okay with anything else other than Punk and Seth again. I'm getting major fatigue from Seth and Punk. I know that this was the money feud because it gets buzz from real life drama and everything. I understand. But like, I've seen that about 17 times now. And there was a compilation online that I saw. CM Punk's expression every time Seth Rollins' music hits. And then Seth Rollins' expression every time CM Punk music hits. And I was like, oh, we've been at this for a while. Yeah, because
we've been doing this the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, it basically started. The Raw on Netflix started with that match. I mean, was it the main event? I thought it was the main event.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
It was the main event.
It was the main event. And it was happening even before that. So
yeah,
it's August.
It really started after Punk returned to the company. But they took a break. He feuded with Drew McIntyre. Rollins was hurt, came back. He then started feuding with him again. They were feuding for the whole last part of 2024, off and on.
Seth was special guest referee. He was using that special bracelet. He put it on his arm and not in one of the 17 million pockets that he had on his pants. That was a choice. I mean,
here we are, 1 year later. 1 year later,
we are,
we're still here.
a century later, and we're still talking about this. And I was bitching about that bracelet thing on this very show, by the way. And it's like, can we? And you're absolutely correct. I way more want to see CM Punk versus LA Knight because I feel like that's the natural way of the feud because CM Punk cost LA Knight the championship, which was the biggest dick move, and it was so CM Punk of him.
It was so not necessary. And then he tried to say, "Oh, I saved you.
I saved you from getting your career ended because you were gonna get curb stomped on the concrete." And I'm like, suck it, dude. What are you trying to make yourself a saint just because you're so wrong for doing that? I mean, leave it to Punk to be so wrong and do these mental gymnastics so well that you build a feud out of it. Guys, I know that I sound like I hate Punk. I love Punk, but it's just it's just so ridiculous. I swear. What is it? It makes no sense. I was saving your life. No, it's like, admit that you were wrong because that's what grown-ups do. And then say, okay, you can have the championship opportunity, but then I'm first in line. I actually think that LA Knight would have had zero problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had to have Seth Rollins being in a feud with CM Punk still like a year and a half later. And
I just want them to end it, please.
Yeah, please.
Just end it somehow, please. I'm over it.
And I will never shut up about this. CM Punk, if you had a problem with Seth Rollins being a champion, then maybe you should have interfered in his Money in the Bank qualifying match, but you didn't. You were in the building and you didn't do anything. The Braun Stars cost you the opportunity to be in the Money in the Bank match. And then you did nothing in return.
You didn't even show up to Los Angeles.
You didn't even do that. I was like, okay, he didn't cost Seth Rollins the the qualifier because he wants to shove him off the ladder while he's climbing and reaching for that briefcase. Yet, like Seth won. Punk was nowhere to be found. I will never shut up, sweetie. It's your fault.
Like, shut up and just get over it. Just live with the
It's
fact that it's your fault.
You made a mistake, and now you won't man up to it. Or you forgot. I don't know. Like, was it Feed Larry Day? Was it your time to change, Larry's betting? I don't know. Larry's pretty spoiled. And I mean that in a good way. He's really spoiled, so I'm sure that he has betting. I don't know. So
I think there's no question though. Seth Rollins wins this one. I just hope that coming out of it, we do get the CM Punk LA Knight matchup that they've been seemingly teasing.
Hopefully.
So one would hope. But we'll see what happens this Sunday night. I was going to say Night of Champions. No, Clash in Paris, France. It starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That is 7 p.m. UK, or in Bulgaria, I believe that's 9 p.m. 9 p.m. in Bulgaria. That's going to be this Sunday. It's live available in the U.S. on Peacock, available everywhere else on Netflix. And I hope you all enjoy it. But me and Maggie are all done here. I want to thank Maggie, as always, back-to-back weeks joining me for pay-per-view PLE previews. And we always appreciate having her on this channel here. So let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again, Maggie.
First of all, I can't believe we went an hour and 20 minutes on this stupid-ass card. You guys... You follow me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it at Maggie_IK. You can follow me on Instagram at Maggie.IK and on Blue Sky, if you guys are still doing that, at Maggie-IK. Usually every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fightful Overbook, you can join me and Rob for coexisting with Rob and Maggie, but we're not going to have a show today. We're probably going to have the show on Sunday before Clash or during, I don't know. Like, we'll figure it out. We'll keep you informed on social media. Please subscribe to Fightful Select. It is our bread and butter. A lot of contract news, a lot of backstage reports, breaking news and contracts and everything. You get Sean's Q&As. We get Grab City Q&As. We get Sour Grabs with Alex and Kate, who are gonna get puppets from Bulgaria. The stupid thing, Sean said, do you know that the person who's making the puppets is from Bulgaria? And I was like, what's her name? I don't know why I thought I was gonna know her. Not all Bulgarians know each other. Contrary to what Rob and Ryan think, not all Bulgarians know each other. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I look forward to the next pay-per-view. What is the next pay-per-view?
The next one is all of them. It's WrestlePalooza. It's All Out Week, all in 1 week. I'll let you choose which one you want to be on preview one, but I think I know which one you'll choose.
Listen, every time I say WrestlePalooza, because I feel like this is the first time I've ever said WrestlePalooza. This is so stupid. Every time I say it, I hear it in my head, that voice from that character and from Daria. I know that you've watched Daria. He was like
Yes.
Lollapalooza. He was talking about Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza. This is what I hear. Daria rules, by the way. Everyone go and watch Daria.
Indeed. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. Check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like Rated Raw review from this past week, talking all about the dastardly things that Nikki Bella said on that show. We also had our WWE NXT Heatwave review, as well as our Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor preview with me and Kate. Join us live here tomorrow at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and the True Jaw Josh talking about this week in pro wrestling, talking everything from Forbidden Door, the whole Roger Jackson situation, Hook returning on AEW, and final predictions for Clash in Paris. But thank you so much to Maggie. Thank you so much to all of you. If you haven't already, drop the thumbs up, share this video, subscribe if you are new. Until next time, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our WWE Clash in Paris 2025 preview. We are signing off until next time.